I'm reading your synopsis. So,
See,
when Andy Bank agreed to take a job to help save a friend's reputation, it wasn't supposed to end up in a romance-fueled galactic rescue mission with her irresistibly hot boss. With a merciless tabloid set on destroying the Hollywood career and reputation of Andy's best friend, Andy accepts a job offer with the same company on the condition that they leave her friend alone. She knew all about her smoking hot boss when she accepted the accounting position, but the tabloid failed to mention small details like, celebrity kidnappings, alien imposters, camera-shaped ray guns, and their absolutely abysmal knowledge of the American tax system. Unable to deny their atomic attraction, Andy and her boss's kisses quickly evolve into a forbidden affair that must remain secret at all costs. When a certain vengeful ex-fiancé discovers the secret, the laser guns come out, and Andy is forced to flee for her life. As time runs out, Andy must choose between love or committing a crime that goes against everything she stands for. Plus, this hot alien text. That's my crazy hot interstellar affair. And if you aren't reading it, why the heck not?
You
Hi,
absolutely should.
So, hi, Deb. How are you doing this morning?
I am good. It's good to see you. I had long nightmares last night that I was staying at a motel that had no Wi-Fi and I wasn't going to be able to connect. And then this happened. So
yeah, and instead you are home and it's not connecting. Very nice. Well, exactly. just to counter you, I have construction outside my window.
Oh, perfect.
Yes, they decided to start drilling this morning. So I woke up this morning. I'm all energized and everything. I'm going to go and record the first chapter for the podcast so that it's all ready to go after the interview. No, this dude is driving me nuts all morning.
You know what it is, right?
It's what? Karma?
It's aliens.
I think you're right.
Yeah. They're not happy that we're discussing them. So,
well, tell us all about your aliens.
Well, let's see. So this is actually this book started out as the first novel I ever wrote, and when I started it, I think I wrote about 800 pages, and it was very complicated plot, and it was very hard to explain what the book was about. And I had a mentor at UCLA I was working with, and I had another mentor near where I live, and they were all like, oh, it's so good, and you should query this, and so on. And then I went to a seminar about how to pitch your book. And during that, I realized that I had written 2 novels and that they were kind of, connected by the tiniest thread, and that I could easily cut it in half. And I had 2 novels then. And so I pitched both of those novels at the seminar, and I decided to go with the one that got the bigger laugh. And it was this one. And the story is about an accountant in Hollywood, and I was an accountant in Hollywood. That's how I started out. And I decided that we were superheroes, just not using the same tools as regular superheroes. We use like a 10 key and a laptop. But my accountant was going to save the world from the aliens invading Hollywood. And so that's sort of how the story was birthed.
Okay, but wait, hold on a second. One second. Okay. I'm going to have to call timeout. Okay. I need you to tell me about the other story. What was that? Just a quick recap.
Okay, the other story is really good also, but you'll see how different they are. So the other story takes place where I live in West Marin in California. And it came about because I am surrounded by a lot of people who believe in, magnet therapy and, crystals and, whatever, a lot of alternative medicine. And I have to sit there and nod my head a lot, when people tell me these things. So I decided I had to get that out in a book. And so it's a small town in West Marin that I made up called Kohlrabi, and that's the name of the novel. and it's about a physician who practices Western medicine, and she's forced to practice in this small town where no one believes in Western medicine, until all of a sudden she starts getting powers. And
sounds like the town of Kotati to me.
Like
you have Kohlrabi, but there's an actual town called Kotati.
No, Kohlrabi actually has a very interesting origin, but it's not really. It's really more based kind of on Point Reyes. In my mind, that's where it is.
Okay, so, I'll just keep picturing Kotati.
Okay, you can picture Kotati, but yeah. So it's got a cult in it, and the love interest is a veterinarian, and it's got a lot of, alien hijinks as well. So that's a separate book. And actually a friend of mine, a dear friend, several years ago, he and I were developing it for a TV series. And anyway, that has a very sad ending, but it's sort of just sitting out there now. I'm not doing anything with it at the moment.
It's developed. It's actually got an outline and everything.
Oh,
and
yeah.
And I believe Jess Consula just asked, so when are you going to put it on Wattpad?
That's a good question. You know what? That would be a good one because most of it's written. I do have a draft written. So
okay.
Yeah, maybe Wattpad would like that. Let me know, Wattpad, if you want that book.
Well, I see some definite bonus chapters there. Huh? Yeah.
It's really a separate story.
Okay. Well, okay. So back to Andy and her interstellar adventures.
Yes. What do you want to know?
Okay. So we're gonna segue from the alternate story, and then we're going to pitch to Wattpad.
Okay.
So back to the actual story. My crazy hot interstellar affair.
Yeah. So not sure exactly what you want me to discuss on that, but
tell us what is going on with the book. It was in page stories, and now it's now out in the wild again, free on Wattpad, and you're re-releasing the chapters.
Yes. So actually, it's kind of we're discussing this.
Oh dear. Okay, it's either my connection or your connection. Okay. If anyone can still see me, just say yes. Yeah. Because Deb is lagging.
Oh shoot.
Yes, your internet is betraying you.
Darn it. I could try to go to a different place. Let's see.
You may have to.
Okay, let me go closer to the.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, so as long as I'm
good now. This is good while I'm standing here in the room.
Well, we can still hear you, so that's good.
Okay.
Okay, so you're going to tell us about the journey of my crazy hot interstellar affair.
So I posted it a few years ago on Wattpad for free, and then it was invited into the paid stories program, and I did some editing to it, and it went into paid, and then eventually all my novels were in the paid program, and I felt kind of bad because I didn't have anything for people to read for free. So first I pulled my Prince Charming Must Die story from paid because it had never been free. It was always in the paid program. And then I thought,
excellent story.
Pardon?
Such an excellent, fun story.
Thank you. Yeah, I love that story. And then I pulled the Alien book and decided to kind of repost the chapters, and I have been editing them again as I repost. And then the really exciting news is that I am going to be writing, or I have written mostly, a bonus chapter for my Crazy Hot Interstellar Affair, which is actually the first chapter of book 2.
Is this going to be the alternate story, or is this something completely new?
No, this is a completely new story. And it is, so I don't know if I should give away the ending of the last
No.
story.
Don't give it away.
Okay, but I will just say this bonus chapter has so much fun stuff having it and so much drama that it is insane. I mean, it involves everything from uh, early labor, time travelers, and the possible destruction of the universe, all in one chapter. Oh, and hot alien sex.
Of
So,
course, hot alien sex. Well,
gotta have that.
You're at 50 chapters right now. How many more to go?
This is the last one.
That was the last one.
Yeah. And then
Okay.
the bonus chapter will happen.
Well, you've actually been going very steadily. It's been kind of give me a little bit of like, come on, don't do this to me, vibes for the past couple of weeks, because every 2 days, boom, a new chapter, boom, new chapter.
But I have to say, my readers have been loving it. You know, like I'm getting so many excited readers. People, I mean, it shocks me that I put the chapter up and then, you know, within 10 minutes, I have comments on it from people. So it makes me so happy. Wattpad readers are the best.
Well, at least you have somewhere to go to with the story, and the readers can actually expect to listen more.
Yeah, absolutely. I've thought about the second book for a long time, and if I get a good reaction from people from the bonus chapter, I'm very excited to write the second book. But I won't be posting this quickly with that because, you know, I won't have it all written.
Okay, well, hopefully it will shoot up to your first million on this book, and then go to compete directly with Mermaids and Vampires.
Oh, that would be nice. That would be
Yes,
wonderful.
you was that Mermaids and Vampires was your first Wattpad novel, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Right. How long ago was that, and how long after you put that up did you become a star?
So I joined Wattpad in 2014, and I joined under my real name, and I kind of wrote some sexy stories. They were short stories, and put them up on that site. And then I had this idea for a young adult novel, and I thought, okay, I don't want young people reading my sexy stories, so I am going to create Brittanie Charmintine, and I'm going to write this mermaid vampire love story on that profile. And little did I know that Brittanie would be the one who would get famous. And so I don't really use my other profile anymore. But yeah, so I started publishing it in probably early 2014, and I think I hit 1 million reads around September or something of that year. And it was featured. We used to have a featured list on Wattpad. It was featured. It started really picking up, and I think I was invited to be a star in 2015.
Wow. So you've been around with Wattpad for a while. Not like the 10 years like a lot of people, but you're one of the OGs.
I'm an oldie. When I joined Stars, there weren't that many. It was under 100. And I knew every single one of them. And now there's a lot, and I don't know everyone anymore. But I know you, and that's all that's important.
Aww.
No, I have met the most amazing people through Wattpad, not just the stars, but the readers and the people at headquarters. It's like being part of a family. So
Well, that's one of the things that I keep hearing from everyone. Like I met you in the paid service program, and as well as a lot of other really brilliant writers. And the thing that really got me was just a sense of community and just how we were all looking out for each other.
right, I know we do.
Yeah, I think how important do you find that aspect? I mean, like I know people say that the whole community thing, they don't find it on other sites, but with Wattpad, it's been different.
Oh yeah, no, it's huge. It's probably the number one important thing to me is supporting other authors and being supported by other authors. I see Morgan Ryder on there saying "wait!" exclamation point. I'm not sure what she wants us to wait for, but talking about support, she is one of the most supportive authors on Wattpad. She not only has supported me, she's given me edits, just so insightful, so smart, so kind. But she also runs a program for the Waddies where she gets stars and, you know, Waddie winners to help other people on Wattpad prepare their stories for the Waddies. And I mean, it's just a gift of your time. That, you know, that takes a lot of time and effort, and she runs that program. And I think WritersConnect is doing a panel about the Waddies coming up soon. But she's just
the
one
Waddies
example.
experience. The Waddies experience.
The Waddies experience.
That's coming up on April. Oh my God. April 19th, 9th? Oh my God, I don't know the date. Okay, yes, April 9th.
That is just one tiny example of somebody doing huge things for others. So that, yeah, I've met some of my best friends from Wattpad.
Well, you have...
the 9th. She's saying it's the 9th.
Yes, okay, it's the 9th. Right, okay. Now, speaking of people who give back, people don't know that you are also an editor. And you've actually been editing my work on How Not to Vampire.
Yes.
I believe we met over a shared love of language and story. But a lot of people really don't understand like your entire writing process and that how an editor really works with writers without imposing their own views.
Right.
And that's one of the things that I've actually really liked working with you, is that you can pull out the core of a story and ask the hard questions, and then after asking the hard questions, I have to get all defensive and everything and say, well, he did it because of this and this and this and this. You then look at me very calmly and say, well, write that.
We work really well together. I so enjoy editing your work because you make me laugh. You are hilarious, and everyone should be reading How Not to Vampire if you haven't started reading that yet. And it's a joy. It's a true joy to edit your work. It's not work for me at all. And my editing, I was talking to my daughter about this yesterday, about my editing methodology. And I do kind of have some of Debbie's rules. And, you know, you tell me when you're not down with those. That's fine. It's your book.
Yes, I always push back. That's one thing that some people don't understand, is that you can always push back and have a discussion. Yeah. If the discussion isn't going on, you aren't editing.
Right. And the editor doesn't want you to do that. You know, a good editor doesn't want you to just blindly accept everything they say, because that would freak me out. Like, oh no, you know, I don't want to push because there's sort of a writerly essence or a magic about every writer, and you don't want to step on that, you know. But I mean,
like with dialogue, for instance, whenever you edit my dialogue, I always just go, no, it's dialogue. It's written that way for a reason. It's the cadence.
Yeah. So that's good. That makes it. I mean, that's why we're kind of a perfect, you know, writer-editor pair, because we get that. But let me see if I can give away a couple secrets. It comes down to me to the scene. And, you know, when I'm editing your work, it's a scene. You present me with a scene. And one of the things that I think you've totally gotten now, and it's one of Debbie's rules, is that close to the beginning of the chapter, I need to know two things. I need to know what the character wants, and I need to know where we are, because the character is an avatar for the reader. And if you're really going to be immersed in the story, then we need to know what the character is experiencing. What does it feel like to be in that position, in that scene? What are they, you know, what are all the sensory details of, you know, what the character is experiencing? And then the goal is what drives the chapter. That's the driver. And so we need to know
what does the character want? And do they achieve it by the end of the chapter?
Right.
And also what's in its way.
And what's in the way, yeah. So if we have those basic things happening in the chapter and we sort of stay, you know, with that trajectory, then you can have all sorts of fun within the chapter. And yet the chapter has a backbone to it. So little hint, little tip.
Well, speaking of chapters, one of the things that that you always carry through from every single book is your super long chapter titles.
Yes.
You always try to get a little witty there, and I'm almost there, but I can't compete with you. Nobody can compete with you. You have mortified area woman discovers mom actual mind reader. These are like headlines from tabloids, and they're absolutely brilliant. A woman literally falls for sculpted chin, full lip, Adonis-like stranger. This is a chapter title.
Yeah. Well, there's a tabloid. There's an alien-run tabloid that is part of the story. That's how the aliens in the story are invading Earth. They come and they're running a tabloid, and they're destroying the lives of. Oh my gosh, my friend Stephanie just joined. Hi, Steph. And my dog's freaking out.
There's Rocket.
Rocket. Stop that.
Oh, okay, let's not get distracted by the dog.
So don't be distracted. Okay. So there's an alien tabloid. They're destroying stars and convincing them to move to another planet where they participate in a reality show. And this is how they get rid of them, by destroying their lives on Earth. So I thought, well, if I have this tabloid that's such a big part of the story, I'm going to have my chapter titles all read like Onion headlines. And so what I do when I'm writing a chapter title is I will go onto the Onion website and I'll get inspiration. And then I will, you know, take whatever the essence of that chapter is and write it as if it's an Onion headline. So,
Chapter 9, hot guy hits an awkward, clumsy woman who doesn't know she's beautiful.
Yes. So sad. Anyway, yesterday I wrote the chapter title for the bonus chapter, and it's hilarious.
Can you share the chapter yet? Sorry, the title yet? Or
if I can remember it correctly, let's see. No, I'm not going to remember it right.
Okay, well, you're gonna have to go and create the you're gonna have to go and create the little tabloid for it anyway. So
I can tell you the real Onion headline that I'm copying.
Go for it.
So it's jellyfish fucks up another honeymoon.
Okay. All right. Okay. So there were. It's 11:25, and we are currently running out of time here. So we're gonna wrap this up with who are you reading right now? Let's start with who are you reading on Wattpad?
Oh, who am I reading? Well, you, basically.
Oh. Yeah, but that's editing. Doesn't count.
Really, that's it right now. I'm so busy with. I have so much happening that I haven't had a lot of time to read. So I'm just reading your stuff at the moment. But send me your recommendations, guys. When my schedule frees up, I will be reading more people.
Are there any Wattpad writers that you would like to recommend? Shout out or?
God, I wasn't prepared for this question. Well,
I'm
obviously,
sorry, I can't through that yet.
Everybody should rereading Jess Consolo. Sorry, I'll say it right. Read all of her books that have come out on Wattpad Books. The She's With Me. All those books are amazing. Let's see. Oh God, I wish I had a list.
I'm sorry. Okay, we'll just have a do-over, and you can have your list ready.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I know you aren't in the office, but do you have how many actual Wattpad books do you have?
In my library?
Yeah.
Oh, well, I have all of Jess's signed to me. I have quite a few. I have an entire bookshelf in my house devoted to my writer friends, to their books.
I know Carol just completely blew us out of the water with her shelf. She has
I
so many of
know.
them.
I don't have hers yet, but she needs to send me
And,
a signed one.
well, this was a very special one that we put together.
Oh, yes, I have that one.
Yes, of course. So I can at least say that I have one of Deb's books, but we actually put this together. It was a special gift that you put together for your family and a couple of friends. And I believe that was the first time that your husband actually sat down and
Yep.
read your book.
It was. I had quite a few friends who had never read the book, never listened to the Hachette audiobook, and oh man, and finally read it when there was a physical copy. It was so powerful. Like, that physical book is a powerful thing.
It really made a difference, didn't it? They saw it as a real thing at that point.
Yeah, it all of a sudden became real, and it's fully illustrated as well.
Oh yeah.
So it's just a beautiful, beautiful book, and you did such a great job with the cover.
Illustrated.
Yeah.
Every chapter.
Every chapter. Show them the hardcover.
Oh yeah. Sorry, that was my pride and joy, and I completely forgot about it.
It's so.
So essentially, none of you will ever have this book. Is what she's saying.
And it's all mermaid scales.
Beautiful, and this is right under the hardcover.
Yeah, stunning.
Will you ever have the occasion to release any of the illustrations?
I might actually. I showed them to Wattpad, and they're interested in perhaps using them for some kind of promotion. So we'll see. I'm also going to be doing a bonus chapter for the mermaid book as well. So there'll be some promotion happening for that.
Well, you've written a ton of bonus content for that anyway, so that should be just really easy for you.
Yeah. There's some bonus content that's already ready, and then I'm going to write another one as well. So anyway, I'll probably do some kind of a contest or something to get to understand what people would like to read for a bonus chapter for that.
Well, right now you can go and read My Crazy Hot Interstellar Affair by Brittanie Charmintine, or Debra Goelz, writing as Brittanie Charmintine. It's currently on Wattpad. The last chapter is finally going up, so it's complete. Everything is there. Go read it now, and wait for some news about bonus chapters coming from Deb. WritersConnX, thank you for joining WritersConnX. We have an event coming up on April 9th. It is called the Wattie Experience, and we're going to be talking to some Wattie Award winners, and some shortlisters, and it's all about the Wattie experience, what it was like going through that, getting shortlisted and everything, or even winning the award, because everything is not just about winning. It really is a whole experience to go through, and then seeing what happens after. So please join us for that panel. It is at 2 p.m. Eastern time on the 9th, and you can actually join us on our Wattpad profile to get the link to the event. Please make sure to come out and join us. Deb, any last words you want to give us?
No, just thank you so much to Rodney for being Rodney. Rodney brings us all together. So, love you.
Well, hopefully I can get more of you to come. So, well, thank you for that. Okay, so
I hope your next guest doesn't have technical issues.